You know, whenever there's a big change in the racing world, it's always exciting. The latest news is that Chase Briscoe has chosen to join Joe Gibbs Racing, turning down offers from Team Penske. This comes right after a tough weekend for Richard Childress Racing, leading to their sudden lineup change. The big headline yesterday was JGR's confirmation of Briscoe as the new driver of the number 19 car. Kelly Crandall from Racer.com reported that Briscoe was in talks with the Wood brothers and Team Penske at the same time he was negotiating with Gibbs. And in today's episode, we'll dive deeper into this major development and what it means for the upcoming season. On Tuesday, Briscoe revealed the sequence of events that led to his decision to join Joe Gibbs Racing, highlighting the swift and decisive nature of the negotiations. Penske contacted him again that day to discuss their proposal, and by Tuesday night, JGR had already presented him with a formal contract. Briscoe recounted receiving a call from Joe, setting a Wednesday 11 a.m. deadline for Martin Truex Jr.'s potential return, which ultimately did not materialize, leading to Briscoe's surprise and subsequent decisions. Despite the setback, Briscoe showed respect by meeting with the Wood brothers, originally seen as a fitting match for him. His initial perception aligned with theirs, reinforcing his belief in their synergy. However, the turn of events led him to swiftly pivot towards JGR, a move that underscored the challenges Ford faced in retaining him against JGR's substantial resources. Briscoe noted how JGR's approach differed significantly, notably not emphasizing sponsorship, contrasting sharply with other teams' priorities. The implications are profound for Ford and the Wood brothers team, signaling a forthcoming change as they actively seek Briscoe's replacement, possibly Josh Berry. Briscoe's long-standing association with Ford made his potential move to the Wood brothers seem like a natural progression, particularly with the Penske alliance in play, adding further intrigue to the scenario. However, with Briscoe opting for JGR, it leaves questions about Plan B for the Wood brothers and their next steps in the competitive landscape of NASCAR. Chase Briscoe's departure from Ford to Toyota marks another significant loss for the Blue Oval brand in NASCAR. Over the past year, Ford has seen several key drivers exit, including Kevin Harvick and Eric Almirola, due to retirement, along with Michael McDowell switching to Spire and Chevrolet. Zane Smith also left Ford after winning a Truck Series championship, further depleting their roster. The potential departure of Noah Gragson to Chevrolet adds to Ford's challenges, while Riley Herbst has been linked to Toyota, indicating ongoing shifts in driver allegiances. Briscoe, who has proudly worn the Ford logo for 7 or 8 years, now transitions to Toyota, underlying the gravity of Ford's talent drain. Despite these losses, Ford retains notable drivers like Joey Logano, Ryan Blaney, Chris Buescher, and Brad Keselowski, providing a core group of experienced racers. However, uncertainty surrounds younger talents like Harrison Burton and Ryan Preece, who face challenges in their respective teams. Austin Cindric's situation at Stewart-Haas remains uncertain, adding to Ford's roster complexities. Looking ahead, Ford's strategy may hinge on retaining talents like Josh Berry and securing experienced crew chiefs like Rodney Childers, who could bolster their competitive edge. The recent successes with Logano and Blaney winning back-to-back championships illustrate Ford's recent triumphs, but also highlight the pressure to rebuild amidst changing dynamics in NASCAR. Ford faces a critical juncture in maintaining its competitive edge while navigating the evolving landscape of driver movements and team dynamics in the sport. The decision for Chase Briscoe to join JGR brings with it heightened expectations and pressure. If Briscoe were younger, say 22, there might be concerns about his readiness, maturity, and experience for such a prominent role. However, at 29, Briscoe has been preparing for this opportunity throughout his career. This move represents his chance to step into a leading position rather than remain in a supporting role. JGR represents the Broadway stage of NASCAR, demanding top performance from its drivers.
And we kind of felt like where we were, with Ty still coming, we were looking for somebody that with more experience, I felt like, and it felt like Chase just fit into that. But there were other people there too. You're comparing, talking it over, all the conversations, you're talking to drivers, crew chiefs, it was a total team effort here at Joe Gibbs Racing to make this decision, because it's a big deal for us.
Notably, Briscoe's move was not the only recent headline in NASCAR. Richard Childress Racing made waves with the retirement announcement of longtime competition executive Andy Petrie, who has been a fixture at RCR since the 1990s, contributing significantly to the team's success over the years. Keith Rodden steps in as interim competition director, marking a significant change in RCR's leadership structure. These developments show the nature of NASCAR, where team compositions and leadership can rapidly shift, impacting the competitive landscape. In light of Andy Petrie's sudden retirement from Richard Childress Racing, NASCAR fans are left speculating about the implications for the team's future. Justin Alexander's return to Austin Dillon's pit box earlier this year prompts questions about whether Petrie had already resumed his competition director duties unofficially. Despite the lack of official details, Petrie's unexpected departure suggests potential underlying reasons, possibly personal or organizational. The timing of Petrie's retirement, coming shortly after a disappointing race performance by RCR drivers Austin Dillon and Kyle Busch, raises eyebrows. Just days before the leadership change, Dillon finished 33rd and Busch 35th at New Hampshire, echoing RCR's own recent statements about needing significant changes. NASCAR has evolved significantly from its traditional roots, emphasizing data analytics and simulation over traditional methods of car preparation. This shift has favored younger teams like Trackhouse, 23XI Racing, and RFK Racing, which have embraced modernization and adapted quickly to the next-gen era of NASCAR. Brad Keselowski's influence at RFK Racing illustrates a transformation, whereas leadership has revitalized the team's approach and competitiveness. The departure of long-standing figures like Petrie from RCR underscore the ongoing changes within NASCAR teams as they navigate a competitive landscape driven by technological advancements and evolving strategies. While respecting the legacies of figures like Richard Childress and Andy Petrie, teams must adapt to remain competitive in a sport increasingly defined by innovation and efficiency. Richard Childress may face challenges in a sport increasingly reliant on teamwork and adaptive strategies. This contrasts with teams like Stewart-Haas Racing, which has shown recent improvements attributed to enhanced communication and closer collaboration among drivers and teams. With Kyle Busch, a generational talent, struggling to maximize his potential due to performance and speed issues, RCR is rumored to be considering adding Noah Gragson and potentially expanding to a third full-time team next season. However, concerns linger about RCR's depth to support such expansions effectively. Speculation also surrounds Austin Dillon's future, with suggestions that he might transition to a managerial role following a challenging previous season marked by minimal top 5 finishes and numerous race-ending incidents. If you enjoyed this video, then make sure to give it a like and also hit that subscribe button down below for more NASCAR content. Until then, folks, keep exploring.